I am going to be doing a Peloton Q&A, FAQ kind of thing. I put a question box on my Instagram stories, told you guys to hit me with all of your Peloton related questions. All of the messages that I got there are all some sort of they were all some sort of iteration, oh my gosh, malfunction, of these 10 questions that I just pulled, and they are also representative of just questions that I get all the time, like in YouTube comments and DMs and stuff like that. So this is like my 10 most frequently asked Peloton questions, whether it's about the bike or about me. So let's get into it. Number 1, who is your favorite instructor? I get asked this all the time. I did do a video where I ranked all of the cycling instructors based on my opinions and yours. If you missed it, go watch it. My favorite cycling instructor right now, and this is subject to change at any time, is Kendall. Been riding with her a lot. She's fun, she's cute, her rides are super hard. You can really push yourself. You can also really pull back and just have a great time. Her playlists are always great. Big fan of Kendall Toole. Another question I got asked a ton is, where did I get my Peloton shoes? Because they're very clearly not the shoes that come with the Peloton. I use Nike Super Reps. I've talked about them to death. I've talked about them in almost every single Peloton video I've ever made. They are my favorite cycling shoes. They're breathable. They're so much more comfortable than the Peloton shoes that come with the bike. They're just amazing. You can always find them on sale or at the Nike outlet, so do not pay full price for them. Also, go a size up, or go a half size up. If you have wide feet like I do, go a full size up. You'll be good. You'll be golden. Okay, so number 3, when did you start to notice a difference in your fitness after using Peloton? And this is the one that nobody wants to hear. I never want to hear it, but it's just the truth. It took a long ass time, okay? My first like 6-7 months with Peloton, I got it last May. I didn't really notice a difference at all because I wasn't consistent. I wasn't doing the things that you're supposed to do to get you where you need to go. Basically, I was riding the bike as if just the act of getting on the bike was going to change my entire life, and that's not how it works. Starting in January, which I know was very cliche, but like whatever, it was a new year, a new city, new life, right? I made a commitment to be more consistent with my riding, with my cross training, doing strength training, pulling in other things. Part of what really helped that is that I decided to start making content related to Peloton. So like, to remain relevant to my audience, I kind of had to continue to use my Peloton. So that definitely helps. But the consistency, I saw and continue to see little changes over time. I wrote some stats down about myself, so I'm just going to read them off here. So it took me 4 weeks of consistently riding to break any PR that I had set in any ride. Admittedly, they were pretty low to begin with, but it took about 4 weeks to get my first PR when I started riding consistently. It took 8 weeks to get my 30-minute output over 200. And then I didn't do that again for another 2 weeks. I was never able to break that 200 again for a while. It took 5 months of doing 10-minute core classes every single day before I could make it through an entire 10-minute core class without needing a break. That's not even counting modifications, like just stopping completely during the class. That took a long ass time. I realized a few weeks ago, about 9 months in now, that I can hold a plank for a full minute, a plank not on my knees, like a full plank. I've never been able to do that before in my life, but it took 9 months of doing core every single day to get there. So there wasn't like one moment where I was like, wow, I'm so fit now. I never used to be able to do this stuff, and now magically I can. It's just, you notice the small things along the way. Number 4, this one came specifically from one of my friends, but I thought it was funny the way she worded it, so I'm gonna read it how she said it. How do you sit on that damn bike all day and still have a functional vajayjay? Thank you, Brie. Look, I have a seat cover, but this is a horse that I have beaten to death. Your butt, your vajayjay, your crotchal area, it will get used to the seat. Just make sure you're sitting far back on it. You should have a little butt hanging off the back. And I swear to God, like my crotch is numb to Peloton at this point. It's like, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. Now this one I get a variation of all the time. I pulled this one specific one because it just hurt my heart and I had to reach out to this person, but it's basically, my cat is opening this door right now. Are you kidding me? What a little shithead. Hope he's stuck in there now. So this particular person said, I just saw your 30-minute output, how I suck. And like I reached out to this person directly, but I get those kind of comments and things all the time and they just kill me. Guys, please stop commenting and DMing and telling me how much you suck, because you don't, and it hurts my feelings. You just don't. Look, I tend to fall in the middle of the leaderboard on any given ride, and I look at people who are 10 steps ahead of me, 20 steps ahead of me, 1,000 people ahead of me, and I think, how are they doing it? Like, I can't do that. I do it too, trust me, but you don't suck. To answer the question of my specific output, your output will increase over time if you are consistent. If whatever consistency means to you, if you are continuing with it, you are going to get stronger, you're going to be able to generate more power, which is going to result in a higher output rating. Sometimes you're gonna have classes where you're so close to like that PR that you just like really like you dig in, you dig your heels in and you give it your all for that like 1 point over, and that's amazing. And then maybe that's where you stay for another month or so and you never get higher than that. That's fantastic. Those moments are going to happen. You're also going to have rides where it might not even be a day where you are like, you might just be like, I'm feeling chill today, and then something about it, the music, the instructor, something, the environment is going to push you and you're going to blow your PR out of the water and you're going to be like, I had no idea I even had that in me. It happens to me all the time. If you want to improve your output, you have to be consistent. But there's literally no point in comparing yourself to anybody else on the leaderboard, because your only competition is the person that you were yesterday. The only person you have to be better than is the person that you were yesterday. Next two go hand in hand. So number 6, how often do you ride? Like, how often do I ride? I really try to get on the bike every day for my sanity. I don't go all out every single day. I do a lot of like low impact and recovery rides and stuff like that. Like I'd say 3 to 4 times a week I'm taking a class that I am trying to really work up a sweat and get some shit going. And the rest of the time I'm either not on the bike at all because I'm doing other stuff that's more fun and more important to me, or I'm doing a low impact at recovery. Maybe sometimes I'll just do like a 10-minute warm up and like call it a day. So yeah, that's what it is for me. And then how often should I ride, meaning you? I'm not a fitness instructor. I'm not a doctor. I have no knowledge of anything. I am just a person with a camera. I'm not going to give you any advice. I'm just not. Ride however often you want. I don't know. Ask a personal trainer, ask a doctor, ask someone smarter than me, because I really don't know what the right answer to that is. Number 8, I get a lot of questions about the Peloton and guide. I also did a video on that when it first came out if you want to go watch that. But mainly people just want to know, do I like it? Do I still use it? Absolutely, I like it. So glad I got it. I definitely still use it. I am very, very motivated by the movement tracker. I love that little ding of accomplishment when I do a move. It brings a little more fun into strength training for me. And also, like, this part's kind of silly, but like I like that I come in here and I start with my guide and I do my core and I do whatever strength workout I'm going to do that day, and then I turn my guide off and I go over to my bike and I do my ride over there. It makes me feel more like an actual gym experience, like I'm moving around the gym and not just like in one room in my house. But yeah, I'm big thumbs up on the guide. Really glad I got it. This is another popular question. Am I going to buy the Peloton rower? It's been long theorized about, it's been long teased, and it looks like it's finally coming in a few weeks. One, I've never used a rower. I've never done like a rowing class. I have no idea what that even looks like. So not interested from that standpoint. And 2, even if I was interested, I have absolutely no room to put it. So No, I will not be buying the rower. If anything, if I had the room, if I had the time, if I had the money, I would buy a tread, but I don't. So if you get the rower, let me know. Let me know if I should be jealous of you. Probably will be anyway. And number 10, I'm going to tell you right now, trigger warning, this has to do with weight and weight loss, and I'm going to answer it. If that is something that you don't want to hear, you don't like, whatever, that is perfectly fine. I understand. I love you. Log off here, and I will see you very soon in my next video. If you do want to know the answer, then you can stay and we'll ask the question and we'll talk about it. But this is your last chance. Trigger warning. We're talking weight. Bye. Love you. Okay, so this I get asked all the time, and I never answer it because it really shouldn't be that important. I understand why people want to know. Believe me, I get it. I'm not passing judgment or asking the question or anything like that. It's just not something that I've wanted to answer for my own reasons. But so let me just, since January with the whole thing, I've been trying to rewire my brain when it comes to my body and fitness and food. I've mentioned this before here on my channel. Is it news to you guys? It's not easy. And I think that's why talking about weight is something that I haven't wanted to do, because I don't want to throw out a number and be like, yeah, it's real. All you have to do is like follow my stacks that I do, like follow this, like, no, that's not how it's going to work. It's going to be completely different for every single person. But for me, for 9 months of consistent, at least 3 to 4 times a week, strength training and Peloton cycling classes, and also I live in a city where I don't have a car and I walk literally everywhere I need to go. I probably walk at least 2 miles every single day, and which doesn't seem like a lot, but like for every day it kind of is. And I don't diet. I don't count calories. I don't restrict. I don't do anything like that. I just try to be mindful about the way I eat and try to avoid binging. That's a big thing for me. So there's nothing that I don't eat unless I'm allergic to it, but you know, whatever. In that 9 months, I have lost 40 pounds. So there you go. There you go. That's where I'm at. And those are my most frequently asked Peloton questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that, you know, this answers your questions. I'm sure that you will have more. And when you do, I would love for you to leave them in the comment section down below. DM me on Instagram. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know why. I don't know what you're waiting for. I put out 2 videos a week. Wednesday is more like lifestyle fun, kind of whatever I feel like doing. And Sundays are more Peloton, fitness, curvy girl fitness, that kind of stuff. So thank you very, very much for being here and watching. And I will see you very soon right here in my next video. Bye!